Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble. Seems to be okay at the moment. Recently I got some interactions here and there with some comments, which is good. You can, if you want an alternative to YouTube, it's a good place to go. Let's see if I can manage to publish the video from XCOM 2 today. I will try my best, but yeah, today we got some interesting news. Seems that now Counter-Strike 2 is available to the public. It's been like on beta since March. Okay, beta, limited testing. Basically from professional players and everything. Myself never played Counter-Strike or even Counter-Strike Go, or I never. It's not my kind of game, but it's a reference in the multiplayer kind of squad base. I think it's like terrorists versus the SWAT team or whatever it is. You have to plant the bomb and then the other people have to disarm the bomb. I think it's how you play it. I'm sorry, but it's something that we always knew. Even if you never played it, it's something that everybody knows that exists, and it's a reference. And finally, Steam with the updated engine from second version of Valve Source engine. It's version 2.0, I think. Yeah, it's out. I think it's still free to play. Then you have like the microtransaction stuff. A few years ago we got like some of the sites doing that, the lottery stuff, some stuff happening there. But I never follow too much on that because it's not my thing. It's not a game for me, but it is one of the most popular games out there, especially on Steam. But yeah, it's out now. If you want to try it, you're free to go to Steam, and I think it's free to play, if not mistaken. We got some previews from Alan Wake 2. Some people I think played a little bit more of the beginning, others played like the mid game, part of the mid game, I think. From what I read, but the WCCF Tech, some of them did some, I think, earlier stages of the game. There are still some bugs here and there to polish out, at least the ones that reference. But the overall take here, even though they did, they put it here what they used here for them to play the game, and it runs smoothly, 60 frames per second. I don't know what kind of settings they used here, but yeah, again, some graphical glitches, but it's more about HDR stuff and illumination. I think it's while exiting and some buildings, the part of the lightning, the lights, kind of like flashy. It's one glitch on the light, but I think it's something that it's easy to fix. But overall, the impressions that I've been seeing regarding the preview on Alan Wake 2 seems pretty good. Seems to keep in touch with the like David Lynch kind of vibes, very weird stuff there. That it's from the first game, get a little bit of those vibes, but it's more the core thing is there, the survival horror a little bit more. It seems that the part of the character here, Saga, I think it's more oriented to action a little bit more, mainly because she's supposedly she's an FBI agent, and so he has so she's, and the fact that the character itself is more rational to a certain degree. So the fact that he has to deal with all these kind of things that happen in the world, it's a little bit more actiony. And Alan Wake seems more in the vibe of the first game, which is good because we still don't know, for example, how it's going to play out switching between the characters, if it is like story beats that you switch between characters, or is something that you can change over like on the go and try to advance the story more in one with one character than the other. I still didn't get that much if it is like that or not. But yeah, they both have like their mind palaces per se, so they can check like inside their head and puzzle out things. Of course, Saga character is more rational with like the like we see in the movies. You got the board there with clues, suspects, and what kind of clues the suspect gets into, and how to thread a line to discover the plot. While Alan Wake is more creative. It's more like he tries to build a narrative around stuff to get around the obstacles and everything. But yeah, overall seems that there is it's in a good place, and the fact that they are using their own, which is a Northlight engine, like an upgraded version, because the first game used this engine, but now the upgraded version, it seems pretty good in terms of graphics overall, and the fact that he also tries in some certain situations, there are some like not CGI but movie like kind of film throughout, so it's not in-game graphics, so there is like a kind of authorship kind of a feel there. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Of course there will be some connections with the first game and also with Control. Again, I didn't start playing. I will do when I finish one of those games, I will maybe go for Control or something like that, but I wanted to go first with the Alan Wake 1 remaster. It will be a good thing, then I go Control, so then I can play Alan Wake 2, so I can revise a little bit more Alan Wake story. It's been a while since I played that game, but yeah, seems to be in pretty good hands. We still have like a month until the launch. Everything is going to be digital, no physical copies, I think, from what I've been reading regarding this game, so hopefully everything will be okay when it launches. We got also Horizon Forbidden West. Yesterday I was talking about, okay, some leaks suggest 6th October for the PC also and the PlayStation, but let's wait a little bit until they start mapping up the thing and we get more information. And of course the day after we got more detailed information. The PC version will come from the complete edition will come early next year, and the 6th October is for the PS5, the complete edition, but the PC version is just for the next year, supposedly early next year. We'll see how it goes. I think you can do it already, wishlist it. I will leave, if there is, I will leave a link in the page, the Steam page, for you to wishlist if you want. And lastly, we got some news regarding Far Cry. News, more rumors. Supposedly it's supposed to have a non-linear story, interrogations, and a unique time structure. I read the article, but there seems to be for a franchise that wants to break apart from the what they are achieved so far for Far Cry 6, like the story beats and the gameplay try to, I don't know, vary a little bit. It seems to be very on par with Far Cry 3 storyline. But yeah, supposedly they have a non-linear story. Campaigns can tackle how they see fit. Apparently the premise is that you're ahead of a wealthy family that has been kidnapped by a conspiracy cult known as the Sons of Truth. Basically Far Cry 3 is you are with your friends, like rich people, going on a cruise, kind of a rented boat, and then you are kidnapped by pirates in this case, and then you are basically managed to get free. I think you're basically let go to a certain point. No, you manage to get free, but with the consent of us. But then again, the main campaign is trying to save your friends and brothers and everything. And then it's up to you to save your family members, and you can choose the order in which you track them down. Interestingly, there's also to be a time limit element to the game, with players having to rescue their family within 32 in-game hours, which should equate to around 24 real-world hours. Depending on the choices you make, some family members could actually die, will change the game's narrative. Okay, supposedly they will try to do this to have more replayability. I think there is an attempt there from in terms of game mechanics, but yeah, very similar to Far Cry 3 and how they, like the main broad strokes, which is basically you're kidnapped, you're a wealthy guy, you get kidnapped, you're in a friend's family, and then you get free and try to rescue all of them one by one. In case of Far Cry 3, it's part of the main narrative to go in a specific order. to rescue. I think your girlfriend, I think your little brothers and some friends, something like that. But yeah, the main thing is in Far Cry 3 in the you can make a decision of killing like Vast's sister. Something like that. I made a gaming series there. At the time, I enjoyed very much because of the gaming mechanics was kind of a new thing at the time. Far Cry 3, it's been a while. But yeah, ever since then, basically every Far Cry is like a copy paste of the mechanics. So open world with a lot of fetch quests and a lot of viewpoint unlocking that pass through, also bleed through to Assassin's Creed franchise. Yeah, to a certain point, basically at this moment, playing an Assassin's Creed or Far Cry game, it's basically the same thing. They are both published by Ubisoft. The only thing is the skin. So one is Far Cry, other is Assassin's Creed in terms of names and like the visual skin. But basically in gameplay mechanics, it's basically all the same to a certain degree. But yeah, the fact that there is like the interrogation mechanic, it is what it is. It can be implemented in various ways, even though they say it is not going to be similar like torture and everything. You know, we don't know. We'll see how it goes. I really hope that every game is good, but again, I'm very skeptical regarding anything that Ubisoft is launching, being whatever game it is, Tom Clancy games, Far Cry, Assassin's Creed. They are stuck in a rut basically regarding in terms of creativity of the games and trying to find a decent path and give them some unique identities on the games that they have. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully everything will go well and they start hopefully with Assassin's Creed Mirage, trying to start something new in that franchise, and then here for Far Cry 7 trying something different, supposedly more non-linear story kind of a thing, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So that's it for today. I'm just going to wrap up with some gaming deals. We still have bioshock, the remastered versions. The first is 75% off, the second one the same, and Bioshock Infinite is also 75% off. There is one that has like all the free games, so the remastered versions, Bioshock Infinite, and all the DLCs from all free games when applied, of course, 80% off. So I think it's a good deal here. If you never played any Bioshock, I recommend at least the first one. The second one is a decent continuation. It has some things that some stuff that it tried to do, and Bioshock Infinite tried to wrap up a little bit, but due to the convoluted development of the game, I think they could have done better if they had more. I don't know if it is budget or time to make the game. I think Kevin Levine could have done a huge better job, even though it's not a bad game by itself. But after all these years, it's repeated mechanics, but this one had brought some kind of interesting mechanics, especially with the thing there on the rail stuff, which is kind of interesting there. And also from Bioshock Infinite, I did a gameplay series, also if you're interested. We got also Check the Line free. It's still 34% off till the 2nd of October. This is one of the games that are very interesting to play one day. Similar to XCOM in terms of the combat, which is turn-based, isometric views, and to a similar degree the tactical kind of the turns, the world map, how you manage your squad, but it is a little bit more intricate, I think, from my understanding regarding the game. And of course the game director from the first and the second one joined for this third game of the main series, because there was some other like spin-offs, but they were not directed by the same guy, the first and the second one, which Jagged Alliance is one of those names I always heard but never tried any of those games, and this is one that I would like to try out. And lastly, we got The Witcher 3. It's still on the deal. Again, complete edition is the way to go. $15, give or take. It's the best you can get when there comes a promo. And I think Steam Workshop it's compatible with this game in terms of the mod stuff. And again, there is a huge variety of mods that you can install to improve the experience, being combat, visual, everything. except story-wise, but there is mods for a lot of stuff for this game. It's an excellent game. It's one of those that I always recommend if you're into RPGs. And yeah, basically that's it, guys. I'm just going to wrap up with my plug onto my Patreon for extra support. At the moment, my main thing is trying to get more storage, to get backups of backups for the projects that I do for my private clients, and of course a little also for my recordings that I do for the channel. And yeah, basically this is it, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, Kunamy Master out.